Hey guys, I am giving away 3 copies of FIFA 19 over on my Twitter at JarradHD. I will leave a link to it in the description. All you have to do is retweet the tweet I will post in the description and follow my account. Best of luck. New York City FC. The Boys in Blue. Founded in 2013, they are a relatively newcomer to the rapidly expanding MLS competition. Being owned by the City Football Group, many football fans worldwide expected NYCFC to be injected with cash and subsequently dominate the MLS. However, this is yet to happen, with the side yet to win an MLS Cup. Well, today we change things up. We will be moving the Blues to the English Second Division, the Championship, and we will be attempting to make them Champions League winners. Today, we build/rebuild New York City FC. G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome back to another rebuild. Haven't posted a rebuild for a few weeks, but we're going to be doing a couple more in FIFA 18 before we get into FIFA 19. But today we do our third rebuild for the MLS, really, with an American side. We did Columbus, we did LA Galaxy, and now we do New York City FC. So there it is, New York City FC in the Championship. I've gone and put Stoke City, Swansea, and West Brom all in here as well, and obviously Fulham, Cardiff, and Wolves into the Premier League. So fellas, if you do go on to enjoy today's rebuild video, make sure you leave a like, and also make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. Now less than 2,000 subscribers away from the big 200,000 mark, which is insane. For those of you who have not seen a rebuilding challenge video yet, here are the rules. So the main objective of this is to take a team to the Champions League final. We will be simulating every single game up until the Champions League final, which we will play ourselves. We can make whatever transfers we like. Realistic, unrealistic, it does not matter. There's a big focus on the transfer window, only showing players that we sign. And finally, don't get butthurt if I sell your favorite player. Let's get into the rebuild. So this is what our starting lineup looks like for Season 1. Of course, David Villa, very notable in there, but there is a lot of work to do with this side. Not too many wonder kids in the side either. So for Season 1, we got a decent amount of money. I'm going to look to bring in a new goalkeeper, because if you've seen my rebuilds before, you know how crucial a goalkeeper is in having success. We're going to go for a new centre back as well, and potentially even a new left midfielder, but we'll see how that all goes. Let's get into the transfers now. And we are going to make a goalkeeper signing for our first signing with New York City FC. Paul Lopez joins us from Espanyol for £17 million. Ramadan Sobhi joins us at the club here. The Egyptian left midfielder joins from Stoke City for £10 million. Another quality pickup for our starting 11. And we sign ourselves a new centre-back for our starting 11. Mason Holgate arrives from Everton for £5.9 million, building a nice little core here in Season 1. So a pretty productive opening window in charge of NYCFC. We didn't have the squad depth really to sell any players, but we spent £32.9 million on Paul Lopez, Ramadan Sobhi, and Mason Holgate. Let's see where Season 1 is headed halfway through Season 1. And I mean, that right there isn't probably going to be a good start. Halfway through the season, things aren't going incredibly, but we are well and truly in the promotion race. We sit 5 points out of playoff football on 35 points. It's definitely going to be a tight second half of the season. Stoke City in a strong spot. Swansea not too far behind them. It's a pretty close table. Looking at the relegation battle, big trouble for Bolton, Reading, and Burton Albion, however. And unfortunately, we weren't able to do any business in this transfer window. Only had, what, £17,000 in the wages, which wasn't going to be enough. Squad depth not incredible. Couldn't sell on anybody that was going to make much of a difference. So we'll see if this squad can at least help get us in the promotion window. If I'm being 100% honest though, I would not be super upset if we didn't get promoted, just because if we got up to the Premier League next season, I think we would really struggle to survive. But let's see how we go at the back end of Season 1 with New York City FC. Well, given the predicament we were in halfway through the season. I did not expect the season to end like this. We got automatically promoted. What? Automatically promoted. I was not expecting that. I thought we might be able to scrape ourselves a spot into the playoffs, but we have had an incredible second half of the season. Our players must have grown, but again, that puts the importance on like how important having a good goalkeeper is, because as you can see, only 39 goals conceded all season. Stoke City and New York City FC up to the Premier League next season, along with either Swansea, Villa, West Brom or Sheffield Wednesday. At the other end of the spectrum, Reading avoid relegation and Barnsley take their place. Manchester United did win the FA Cup, but we lost to our sister club, I guess you could say, our sister club, parent club, whatever, Man City in the semi-finals. We've had a very good season. The same cannot be said about the Carabao Cup, however, we did not make it to the last 16. Spurs won that tournament. And Aston Villa will be joining ourselves and Stoke in the Premier League next season. They took down Swansea 1-0 in the playoff final. Barcelona did beat Borussia Dortmund to win the Champions League final, and Liverpool won the Europa League final. So season 1 definitely went better than we expected. It's going to be a real battle in season 2, but let's see if we can stay up with New York City FC. Trying to strengthen this starting 11 position by position, a big pickup here. Christian Pavon from Boca Juniors joining us here as our first signing of season number 2. And our first player departure of the rebuild, Thomas McNamara, the American left winger, off to Blackburn. We pick up another player here on deadline day. It is going to be Omar Alderete, or Alderete I should say. The Panamanian centre back arrives from Gimnasia, I believe that is, for £7.7 million plus Shannon. And on deadline day, with 1 hour to go, Rodney Wallace has left the club for £600,000. So again, a pretty full-on transfer window. We splash the cash and bring on Pavon and Alderete into the club and sell Shannon and McNamara. And we sold the guy just before, but he might not be leaving until... Wait, does that mean Rodney Wallace doesn't leave until the 1st of January? I don't know, but we sold him as well. Our starting 11 is starting to come together, but let's see how the relegation battle is going at the halfway mark. So, halfway through the Premier League season, we are sitting in 7th position. What in the actual world? I was going to use a different word there, but trying to keep it PG friendly here for you guys. But we are sitting in 7th. On 26 points. I mean, we're only 9 points out of the relegation zone, but you know what? I am happy with that. Fulham, Palace and Villa especially in trouble. 5 points for them, but we're in 7th. I'll cop that. So fellas, we have made our first pre-contract signing for this rebuild with New York City FC. Ryan Thomas, the New Zealand midfielder, will be joining us from Zwolle next season, whatever you call it, on a free transfer to join us in the central midfield position. And unfortunately, Thomas was our only signing with this New York City side for the January window. We did not have the finances to do anything else, but hopefully the side we have now is enough to keep us alive or potentially even do more in the Premier League. Let's check in at the end of Season 2. We have done exceedingly well. I honestly thought that we would struggle big time with this side in our first Premier League season, but we finished in 9th. That is incredible, 9th. I did not expect that. Aston Villa finished on 18 points, so they managed an incredible 3 wins all season. West Ham surprisingly go down, and unfortunately Fulham go down. I'm a Fulham fan, so that's disappointing, but New York City FC live to fight another day. We were eliminated in the round of 16 of the FA Cup by Sheffield United. Chelsea did win that tournament. And again, we're eliminated in the semi-finals of a tournament, this time the Carabao Cup. We lost to the eventual winners, Tottenham. Bayern Munich won the Champions League final, and Manchester City won the Europa League. Season 2, a roaring success. We've had a perfect start to life at New York City FC. Let's see if we keep that streak alive in the 3rd season. Not trying to get second season syndrome out here. A big signing for the striker position. One of the biggest wonder kids in world football at the moment, Lautaro Martinez, joins us from Inter Milan. Now, he is injured for the start of the season, but overall I think that is a great pickup. £31 million spent on the Argentine striker. Welcome to New York City FC. So a bit of a change of pace compared to the rest of the windows we have had. Just Martinez into the club. I mean, he's a top quality player that's probably going to be with us for the remainder of the rebuild, but definitely a different window to what we're used to. We've got a little bit of money still to use, but we'll suss that out in January, see what we can do with the money. But speaking of January, let's see how our season is going when we get there. Well, a change of pace from last season. Last season we exceeded expectations, and right now we are just about halfway through the Premier League season, and we sit in 17th position, 5 points out of the relegation zone. Oh dear, we need a good second half of the season, that's for sure. That is not what we were after at all. Arsenal currently 6 points at the top of the table, but we are not worried about that at all. We need to make sure we don't get bloody well relegated. So with the limited amount of funds we had, we managed to bring ourselves in a brand new right back, upgrading there. We have signed Paulo Diaz from Dinamo Moscow for £8.2 million. Welcome the Chilean to New York City FC. So I'm happy that we have brought in Diaz to the squad. Definitely adds a level of I guess, consistency to the squad. It really brings us up and makes him one of our lower rated players. Next season, I'll look to shift on Morales, look to bring in a top quality attacking midfielder, but we're slowly and surely building out this New York City FC side. Let's make sure though that we don't spend season 4 in the goddamn championship. Come on, man. Okay, everybody take a collective sigh. We have not been relegated. We end up having a fairly mediocre season, but a mediocre season is a safe season. 10th position, 52 points. Very happy with that considering where we were at the midway point. But Newcastle United, Swansea City and Cardiff City all relegated. Burnley, count your blessings, but Spurs end up winning the Premier League title, 2 points ahead of their North London rivals Arsenal. We got eliminated in the round of 16 of the FA Cup to Liverpool, and we got eliminated in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup to Fulham. I mean, if I had to lose to any side, it would be Fulham, but Fulham ended up losing to Burnley in the final. Real Madrid won the Champions League final, and Liverpool won an all-English Europa League final. So a very up and down season, some good signings, some bad results, but ultimately a very average season. Let's build on it though. Let's bring in some more players and get closer to Champions League football. Let's see what season 4 with New York City FC has in store. I said last season that I wanted to pick up a big name attacking midfielder, and we have done just that. We bring in Pablo Fornals, a release clause pickup, £31 million from Villarreal. Welcome to New York City FC. A player departure here, a very rare sight to have a player departure, but Cedric Huntuji, I believe his name is pronounced. I think he's from, is that the Mali flag? I don't know. Not a geography expert, but he is off to Aston Villa for £4 million. A big player departure here. We signed him early on in the rebuild, but we have moved him on to upgrade virtually. Omar Alderete is off to Borussia Dortmund for £22 million. Let's see what we can do with the centre-back spot now. And we have definitely put that money to good use. We have brought in Clement Lenglet from Barcelona. I think he recently transferred from Sevilla. That was one of the manual transfers I had to update. But Lenglet is going to join us here for £28.7 million. A great pickup. Welcome to New York City FC, mate. Very happy with the business we have done. Fornals and Lenglet into the club. Hutunji and Alderete out of it. I mean, that is a good looking starting 11. I could definitely see ourselves contending for a Champions League spot this 4th season. I think the next plan of attack is either going to be this season or next to upgrade the centre mid spot, then the left back spot, and then we'll see where we're at, maybe go for the right back spot. But anyways, I'll stop blabbering on. I'll see you guys halfway through Season 4. Just about halfway through Season 4 with New York City FC, and we find ourselves sitting in second position. How good is that? I mean, it's going to be very, very close. We're only, 6 points ahead of United and Wolves, but if we can get ourselves top 4 football, I would be over the moon with that. At the other end of the table, Southampton, Villa, and Burnley all in big strife. I mean, Arsenal, they're not looking pretty either. We kick off January with a player departure. We have sold Saad Abdul Salam to Millwall for £450,000. So Maxi Morales had less than 6 months on his contract remaining. He's been approached by QPR. He's going to QPR next season. In all honesty, couldn't give a stuff. We have sold our backup goalkeeper Sean Johnson to Derby County for £1.5 million. Get in there, lads. I was very, very nervous that this deal wasn't going to go through, but we have made our second pre-contract signing. Next season, one of my favourite midfielders, in all honesty, in world football. I think this guy's going to be incredible in the next year or two. I think he's going to break out rapidly. Right now he's a well-known player, but I think he's going to become world-class in the next year or two. It is Adrien Rabiot from PSG. The French midfielder comes to us for £150,000 a week next season. A huge pickup for our midfield. Hopefully we're playing Champions League football for him. So Rabiot in next season. Abdul Salam, Morales and Johnson all out of the club. Will this side be enough to get us Champions League football for Season 5? Let's go. Wait no longer and find out. Get in there, lads. We qualify in 4th position for Champions League football next season. We might have to do it for the qualifiers. Depends on how some of the other competitions went, but I do believe we're playing Champions League football in season number 5. Spurs win the Premier League once again. They have been on fire in today's rebuild. And then at the other end of the table, Aston Villa, Burnley and Southampton all down to the Championship. No real progress shown from us in the FA Cup this season. A Merseyside derby in the final though, which Liverpool did win. And we made it to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup once again, but we lost to Liverpool. Atletico Madrid took down Chelsea in the Champions League this season. I'm quite interested to see where we do next season in the Champions League if we are there. And Stoke City, of all teams, win the Europa League final. Fair play, Stoke. I bet their fans wish this was their current scenario instead of the Championship. I feel for your Stoke fans. And there it is, Season 4, done and dusted. Really enjoying this New York City FC rebuild. The progress has been quite rewarding. Let's see if we can have a good start to life in the Champions League as we kick on to season number 5. Season 5 begins with a massive signing here. Now, we have brought in one of my favourite players at the moment, Ryan Sessegnon, as a Fulham fan. Love this guy, but we have signed the 21-year-old left winger for £37.2 million. For this season, however, I'm going to be playing him at his native left-back spot. Then maybe next season look to go in for another left back and put Sessegnon up at the left mid spot instead of Ramadan Sobhi. But welcome to New York City FC, Ryan Sessegnon. A player departure here. We have sold our Finnish midfielder Alexander Ring to Newcastle United for £7.4 million. Alright, so we have to go through the playoffs if we want to play Champions League football this season, and it's not an easy side either. We have to face Salzburg from Austria, I believe, so let's see if we can take them down. We don't generally watch much of the playoff games. We've got a goal and we get a second, so it's 2-0 after the first leg. And ahead of the second leg, we are going to make another massive defensive signing as we have signed Achraf Hakimi, the Moroccan right back from Juventus, for £22.1 million. Okay, the second leg here against Salzburg. Rabiot is out through suspension. But if we don't blow the lead, we've got a 2-0 advantage here. So if we don't screw that up, we will be through to the group stages. We've already got a 3-0 lead, and it's another 2-0 win. Lads, New York City FC are in to the Champions League. A very defensive-based window. Sessegnon and Hakimi into the side, Ring out of it. Our starting 11 is really coming to shape. I'm excited to see how players continue to grow this season. However, we also have the Champions League now, so let's go and check out our first group with New York City FC. So not too bad of a group either. We've got Benfica, Leipzig and Zenit. I can definitely see ourselves getting out of this group, although I'd probably say that and finish last on 0 points, but let's just see how we go. And there it is, lads. Top of the group, 13 points. Us and Benfica through to the knockout rounds quite comfortably. And our opponents in the round of 16 will be Ajax. Definitely a winnable match, but should be interesting to see how their squad has come along. And halfway through the Premier League season, well, just about halfway through it, we sit in second position, 5 points ahead of United, but 4 points behind Chelsea. We just need to make sure every season from here on in, we're Champions League every season. West Ham, Fulham and Swansea all in the relegation zone. We weren't able to do any business during this January window. Our splash of the cash, I guess you could say, has really limited us in this window, but let's see if this side can get us deep in the Champions League. It's going to be interesting, but we'll give it a shot. Alright, time for the away leg now against Ajax. Our first knockout round experience with New York City FC in the Champions League. Season number 5. Let's see how we go. They miss a penalty in the 3rd minute, which definitely helps, but they get a goal through Cassiera. A lot of players I don't recognise here for Ajax, but a lot that I do recognise. We need to get ourselves an away goal though. We don't want to be behind heading into the home leg. We definitely want to get a goal on the board, but we've only got half an hour to do it right now. Thomas does come and get us an equaliser, which is good to see. The midfielder. Can we get another goal? No. A 1-1 scoreline heading into the second leg. Alright, time for our home leg now at Yankee Stadium. Can we get ourselves through to the quarters? As long as we keep a clean sheet, we do, because we have the away goal advantage, but an early goal for Ajax would put us in a little bit of trouble in this one. Nothing happening so far, which is music to our ears. Only a couple of yellow cards. Pavon does get us the lead overall, 2-1, but they equalise things, so the away goal advantage is out the window, and if it stays like this, we will be heading to extra time. Still 15 minutes in this game to see what can be done. Langlet in the 80th minute gives us the lead, and ultimately Langlet gets us through to the Champions League quarterfinals. So a much more difficult challenge here as we face Atletico Madrid in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Can we take control of our future? Can we get ourselves through to the semi-finals? It's going to be tough, but let's go and find out. Alright, home leg here. Let's see if we can get off to a good start. You guys know I like having the away leg first, but let's just keep a clean sheet, get some goals on the board. That would be nice in theory, but in reality, I don't know if it's going to happen because Atletico Madrid have a seriously good side, and they get an away goal there through Thomas Partey. 1-0 for Atletico Madrid. They are having a party. Lamar gets the yellow card. That was a terrible joke as well. Don't know why I try including humour in my videos, but 20 minutes to go. Can we get an equalising goal? Doesn't look good. Partey. God damn it, mate. 2-0 Atletico Madrid. Alright, so our Champions League journey for Season 5 might be coming to an end here. We have a lot of work to do. 2-0 down, 2 away goals that need to be scored at least. And we need to make sure we keep a clean sheet. And that goes out the window. We are 3-0 down here to Atletico Madrid. Got an hour to score 3 goals. We're into the second half. It's not looking too good. They make it 4-0. I'm just going to simulate it. Yep, we lose 3-0 in the away leg. 5-0 on aggregate. We need to get better for Season 6. So we fell off a little bit at the end of the season. However, we finished in 3rd position in the Premier League. Chelsea quite comfortable Premier League winners. Man United 2nd. Us in 3rd. Most importantly, we get to play Champions League football again for season number 6 and give it a good red hot crack. Swansea Crystal Palace and Fulham are all relegated from the Premier League, however. We made it to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, where we were eliminated by Arsenal, and we did nothing in the Carabao Cup this season. Liverpool won that title. AC Milan did go on to win the Champions League final 2-0 over Chelsea, and Fiorentina took down Napoli to win an all-Italian Europa League final. I think the motto for this rebuild has been slow and steady progress. Season 5 definitely embodied that, but let's see if we carry on tradition as we move on to Season 6. We kick off where we finished off with our transfer signings from last season. We're continuing with the defensive streak. We bring in Matthias de Ligt from Manchester United, £43.8 million. Love picking this kid up in career mode. Welcome to New York City FC. A significant player departure here, as we have sold Ramadan Sobhi to Watford for £27.1 million. And there it is, we have done exactly what we planned to do. We sold Sobhi, we moved Ryan Sessegnon up to the left mid spot, and we have signed a new left back. Kieran Tierney arrives from Roma for a big sum of £46 million. Welcome to New York City FC. So again, another defensive orientated window. De Ligt into the club, Tierney into the club, Ramadan Sobhi out of it. And this is what our starting lineup looks like. Got to focus on the right mid and the right back spot. Hopefully Hakimi continues to grow, but we're definitely on the cusp of glory with this side. Let's go and check out our Champions League group again. So definitely a much tougher prospect in the group stages of this season's Champions League. Juventus, Porto and Celtic. This is going to be very interesting. Very nervous. Let's not get embarrassed. Let's get back to the round of 16. I'll see you guys in about 3 seconds for you and about 15 minutes for me. Alright, so we qualified along with Juventus. We get out of Group A, arguably the group of death, but who are we going to face in the round of 16 of the Champions League? Where are we? They're facing Monaco. We are facing Barca freaking Lona. Look at the top right hand corner. Barcelona. Yep, that is going to see what we're made of. So my confidence about winning the Champions League this season is pretty low after seeing that result, but we need to make sure we qualify for the Champions League next season. Right now, 4th position. Not incredible, but that would get us qualified. Arsenal, they're in the relegation zone, however, with Huddersfield and Norwich. Norwich yet to register a win. Just like every bloody season, our big spending in the summer window means that January doesn't see us get too much business done. I feel like that's a common theme for every rebuild I do. I go overboard at the start. But anyways, Barcelona in the round of 16. Bring it on. Alright, so it is time to face Barcelona. Obviously, they just signed Mario Götze from the right-hand side, but Langlet, against his former side, is out through injury. Lopez just coming back from injury, thankfully. Very interested to see how we are going to do against the Catalonian side. They've got Mbappe, Coutinho, Gomes, Dembele. Oh my god, Jonathan Tah. This team is ridiculous. They've brought back Digne as well. Mbappe gets an away goal there for Barcelona. This is not looking good. Van Dijk off the bench. Martinez gets a goal for us. Thank you very much, Martinez. So it's 1-1 at the moment. We're in this leg, in this tie as well. And that's the way it's going to end. A 1-1 scoreline. You know what? I'll cough that. Alright, the away leg now. Langlet is back, but Tierney is out through suspension. Regardless, let's see if we can get ourselves through to the quarterfinals. If we beat Barcelona here, I will be over the moon. That is not a good start, but regardless, we still need an away goal to get ourselves back into this one. Even if it remained 0-0, we would have been eliminated. Come on, we need a goal. Where's it going to come from? Martinez, hopefully, maybe Fornals. Dembele makes it 2-0, so I don't like our chances. We need 2 goals in the last 20 minutes. De Ligt gets red carded. God damn it. We're not getting through. We're going to be eliminated in the round of 16 in season number 6. Let's see if we can qualify for season 7. Well, that is not what we wanted to see. We have had a shocking second half of the season, and we finish in 5th position, meaning I don't think we play Champions League football next season. I could be wrong, but I think that might be the problem. That means if that's the case, we're going to have to wait until at least season 8 to have a good crack at the Champions League. Leicester City, Huddersfield and Norwich relegated, but I am sad about that. In the FA Cup, we did nothing at all. And the same can be said about the Carabao Cup. I mean, we got eliminated to bloody Portsmouth in the round of 16. Real Madrid went on to beat Liverpool in the Champions League final. Feels like deja vu. And Arsenal beat Lyon to win the Europa League final. So that was a very, very disappointing season. Let's get into the next one, Season 7. Hopefully we can rebuild the foundations. A very good signing here to kick off season number 7. We have brought in Carlos Soler. Again, a release clause pickup, £32 million from Valencia. That is a huge pickup. Welcome to New York City FC. And we have decided to improve in between the sticks. Thomas Strakosha becomes our new number 1. The Albanian goalkeeper arrives from Napoli for £45.4 million. And a player departure here, as we have sold Ismail Tajuri-Shradi to Leeds, for £7.5 million. And Anton Tinnerholm is off to Birmingham City for £950,000. I know this has nothing to do really, and I don't show this too often, but we just beat Arsenal 5-0 on the opening day of the Premier League season. That's a good sign for the season ahead. And another player departure, Sebastian Ibiga is off to Sheffield Wednesday for $660,000. And here we are on deadline day. We have brought ourselves in a new backup striker, signing Tyler Roberts from Leeds for £17.6 million. So a very productive window for us. £95 million spent as we bring in Soler, Strakosha and Roberts to the club. This starting 11 is honestly worthy of being able to win the Champions League, but this season, unfortunately, we are in the Europa League, so I'll see you on the 1st of January. So halfway through the season, and we are in the top 4, but realistically, I think we need to be pushing for the title this season. But Wolves, fair play to Wolves, their Portuguese investment has come up trumps because they sit top of the Premier League table. Looking at the relegation battle, Southampton, Bournemouth and Swansea all in a big problem area, but we need to focus on ourselves. We need to make sure we start converting these draws into wins. No surprise, no business done. I'll see you guys at the end of season number 7, hopefully in a position to play Champions League football next season. Get in there, lads. Only one loss for the entire second half of the season, and we end up winning the Premier League title with New York City FC by 6 points ahead of Spurs. Wolves definitely fell off in that second half of the season, but most importantly, this means that we play Champions League football again in Season 8. Get in there. And at the other end of the table, quite a comfortable relegation battle because Southampton, Bournemouth and Swansea all relegated. Unfortunately, we did not have the same success in the FA Cup, as we don't even make it to the last 16. However, we did manage to win the Carabao Cup. We took down Bournemouth in the final on penalties, and it was quite a comfortable run to the final with MK Dons of all teams in the semi-finals. Real Madrid did go on and beat Manchester United 2-0 to win the Champions League final. Hopefully we are in that position next season. And get in there, we managed to win the Europa League, which fills me with a lot of confidence that we can go deep in the Champions League next season. We took down Sevilla 2-1 in the Europa League final, the Europa League kings themselves, and we beat Napoli 5-1 in the semis, Monaco 3-1 in the quarters, and we beat Leipzig 6-1 in the round of 16. What a season. Did we do the treble technically? We won the Premier League, the Europa League, and the Carabao Cup. So our most successful season to date. Europa League winners, Premier League winners, and Carabao Cup winners. Now, let's see if we can complete the rebuild with New York City FC in season number 8. Season 8 begins with a massive midfield signing, weakening one of our potential Champions League rivals and strengthening our side. Corentin Tolisso, a release clause of £49.9 million, valued at 56 million, 89 rated. Welcome to New York City FC. And now I think our starting 11 is good enough to win us the Champions League this season, but we need to build around it. So we've brought in Giovanni Lo Celso, not a bad backup midfielder. We've got 2 quality backup midfielders now in Lo Celso and in Ryan Thomas. 2 big midfielders in Tolisso for the starting 11, Lo Celso for the bench. Our side is looking very, very good, and still like players like Hakimi, Dalit, maybe Strakosha, Sessegnon, all these sort of players still have a little bit of room to grow. But let's go and check out our Champions League group in second. Very happy with this group. We've got the 3 R's. We've got Roma, Real Betis, and Rangers. So definitely think our biggest battle will be with Roma, but can Rangers and Betis surprise us? We'll find out. Get in there. We absolutely kill it. Roma, however, have not killed it. They do not get through to the knockout rounds. It is us and Betis through to the next stage. So I'm happy to be there. And I guess I'm happy to see Real Betis there as well. They're taking on AC Milan, and we are facing Galatasaray in the round of 16. And halfway through the Premier League season, Wolves are absolutely killing it again. 10 points clear at the start of the new year. We sit in 3rd position in a very tight top 4 race. I mean, United are on 31 points as well, so we need to make sure we have an incredible second half of the season, because we want to be in the Champions League again next season if we don't win it this year. In the relegation battle, Palace, Norwich and Fulham all in big strife. We've gone for another backup player signing here. We have gone ahead and signed Mario Hermoso from Wolves for £13.8 million. He'll slot nicely onto our bench. Hermoso into the club. An easy enough window. Our side's looking good. Dalit should be back by the time we have the game against Galatasaray. But let's go and take on Galatasaray, the Champions League round of 16. Alright, here we go. Champions League knockout time. It has been a little while since we've been here, but it is good to be back. We take on Galatasaray in the away leg to start things off. Our side is looking incredible. No injuries and a big result would be fantastic. Come on, let's get a goal on the board. Want to set ourselves up nicely for the second leg. Get some away goals. You guys know I love the away leg first, so we haven't used it to our advantage yet, though. We're getting in the second half and it's still 0-all. Substitutions from both sides. They get a yellow card. This is actually not good. We need a goal. Somebody score. Pavon gets us an away goal through a penalty. Thankfully, they equalise. Wow, that really did not go to plan. Alright, leg number 2. If we keep a clean sheet, we go through. That rhymed, but we do have a 1-all scoreline here. An early goal for us would definitely ease my nerves a little bit, but not too thrilled with how we went in the first leg. Sola does get us a goal there to make it 2-1 in our favour. Sola picks up a brace. 3-1. This is what I wanted to see in the first leg. We are 3-1 up on aggregate. 2 goals needed for Galatasaray. A yellow card there for Tolisso. 4-0 is going to see us get ourselves through to the quarterfinals. Now I just hope we don't get any injuries. 4-0 picks himself up a brace. We turn it on in the second leg. 4-0 in this leg. 5-1 overall. A big test for us in the quarterfinals as we take on Barcelona. Now, they absolutely humiliated us 2 seasons ago, was it? 2-3 seasons ago, wherever it was. And we're looking to really prove ourselves here. Let's see if we can take down Barca. Alright, so unfortunately, we have the home leg up first. Let's put in a big performance. Another 4-0 win like we had against Galatasaray at home would be absolutely brilliant. They've got a very good side. They've only improved on it since last time we versed them. Coutinho with a yellow card there. Sergi Samper with a injury. Mbappe up front for them, which is just scary to think about. He's probably 93, 94 overall at this point. Come on, let's get ourselves a goal. Most importantly, not give up an away goal. Not too much happening in this game. Into the final few minutes now. And it's going to finish as a 0-all draw. Alright, so now we have the away leg. The big test. Away at the Camp Nou. A 0-all scoreline. If we get a goal, we are in a big position of advantage. But let's see if we can do just that. They've got a lot of players with the numbers 40, I just realised, Barcelona. But that's the here nor there. Let's see. We get an away goal. Lautaro Martinez, 89 rated, does put us in front. Barcelona need to score 2 goals now. Let's get another goal. 4-0. Yes. It's going to take 3 goals here. 3-0. What? What is happening? Holgate gets in, they miss a penalty. We are 3-0 up and we're through to the semi-finals. That is incredible. We take down one Spanish giant and we have to face another. Real Madrid in the semi-finals. Now this definitely could be interesting. I think, didn't they win the Champions League last season? Alright, so it is time for us to get into the home leg at first at Yankee Stadium. Unfortunately, Fornals is out for the first leg through suspension, but that's the whole reason why I got Lo Celso. Not a good start to this one, however. Christensen does get Real Madrid the lead, and honestly, they have built themselves an incredible side here. Come on, can we find an equaliser? Please, FIFA gods, be on our side. 1-0 down, which is not good. Come on, let's make it 1-1. Let's make it 1-1. Come on, lads. We do. 89th minute, I went to skip through it, and we find ourselves an equaliser. Delete. That is what we want to see. I just realized I sounded very, very bored about that as well. I'm just very nervous that we're not going to get through, but 1-1, not the best, not the worst. Alright, time for the away leg now. We need to score a goal. We are all tied up on aggregate, but they do have the away goal advantage, so an early goal for us would be fantastic. Fornals back into the starting lineup. Let's see if we can get ourselves a goal. Come on. Nothing happening so far in this game. Sessegnon picking up a yellow card. Come on, near halfway. We need a goal. We're into the second half. Thomas is coming on. We're making substitutions. We need goals. Martinez off. Fornals back from suspension. Gives us a 1-0 lead in the 72nd minute. And we're going through to the Champions League final. Pablo Fornals has absolutely killed it in this season. Yes, mate. So in the Champions League final, we are going to be we're going to be facing AC Milan, which is quite funny considering we currently have a series going on with them, but we're going to put that love we have for them aside and hopefully take them down. AC Milan have taken down Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Real Betis all the way to the final. So hopefully we can get the win. Hopefully we can end the rebuild here. And it's been a big one, but we'll see what we can do. If not, we better hope we qualified for the Champions League next season. But of course, we are going to have a look at the other results. Liverpool did win another Europa League final. We finished in 3rd position on the Premier League table, so we didn't get to go back to back, but we did make sure that we qualified for the Champions League again next season. Wolves, again, they're having a very good episode so far. And then Leicester City relegated along with Aston Villa and Norwich. We did lose the Community Shield 2-0 to Manchester City at the start of the season, and we lost to Liverpool in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And again, we lost to Liverpool in the quarters of the Carabao Cup. And at the start of the season, we actually managed to win Copa Europe 2-1 against Real Madrid. So it has been a very, very busy season for us, but we're going to get into the Champions League final, hopefully top it off with a win. And I mean, this side we have built has been incredible. In terms of squad depth, it's one of the best teams I have ever built in the rebuild history, because our starting 11 is insane, but the fact that we have so many quality players on our bench is just fantastic to see. Very excited to see how this guy, especially Lautaro Martinez, performs. And I just want to see how the side goes as a whole. But let's get into the Champions League final now. New York City FC versus AC Milan.
When I can't find home, 'cause the stars won't glow, you're the light that guides my way on empty roads. When my burdens show, 'cause I walk alone, you're the brightness in the dark inside my soul. 'Cause I know that I'm the name on your lips, boy. Take my pain with your kiss, boy. Here I'll stay, I'll stay. Oh, I love you, so I follow your heart like a flame in the dark. Yeah, I leave.
A sentence that you will more than likely never hear again. It is time for New York City FC versus AC Milan in the European Champions League final. They're on the attack here, AC Milan. Nobody really getting any clear-cut opportunities in this game. We're passing it Oh my god, Locatelli goes through, going back to Boya Moralo, and of course, I can't pronounce his name, I've just dropped my controller. I was losing my crap because of how bad we have been in this game, and the first shot of the Champions League final somehow goes to the top right hand corner. That is absolutely frustrating. Look at that, I just lost the ball there. Just terrible stuff. And nothing we could have done about that one from a goalkeeper standpoint. Strakosha stood no chance, but that is 1-0 in AC Milan's favour. What a frustrating final it has been so far. They're on the attack here. Lato pushing up high. Going to Memphis Depay. Good tackle. It falls back to Memphis, who hits the crossbar. That could have easily been 2-0. We need to get our bloody heads in the game. Alright, free kick here for AC Milan. Maximilian Arnold puts that one into the area. Nicely done from Sola. Let's see what we can do on the counter-attack now. Sessegnon running through here. I'm just running to the corner with Sess. Fosu Mensah and Stones are in pursuit. He's got the legs though here, Sessegnon. He's going to cross this one, and it's a beautiful cross. Fornals can't get his head to it though. That was a great opportunity. Here we go. Fornals going to Martinez. Going back to Fornals. Nicely done. Through to Sola. Needs some support in the middle. Sola going back. We're passing it. Martinez, the shot to Sessegnon. Back post. Just not enough on it though. Here we go. Fornals. Been pretty damn average in this game, I must admit. Very disappointing. But he gets the ball back. He goes to Sola. Looking for some support. Gets past Lato pretty easily. We're just trying to get a ball in there. We do. Back post. Sessegnon. We equalise. After looking absolutely terrible, Ryan Sessegnon gets us an equaliser at the back post. And just like that, we're back in it. Oh my god, this has been such a terrible game to play in. But somehow we are still alive. Just cutting back. Terrible cross, but it actually worked out very, very well. Terrible marking at the back post. But we equalise. Good stuff. But now AC Milan trying to push through and go back ahead. De Silvestri. I'm guessing he is a defender because that was a terrible miss off the left foot. Here we go. Oh, Martinez, that's a beautiful run. I've put his instructions, which to be push the back line and get him behind. Martinez, though, 2-4 That could have won us the final right there. Come on. Almost at stoppage time here. Can we get a late winner? It would be perfect scripting right there. Rabiot can't get it over. That's some quality defense. And now let's not let them hit us on the counter-attack. Terrible touch from Memphis Depay, but he wins the ball back. The lead just needs to get rid of it. Don't do it like this. Not like this. Saved from Strakosha. We breathe easy. And is that going to be the final play? Don't you dare call full-time here. Oh, Martinez had it. No, how? How has there not been a goal for either side there? We're going to extra time. Why would he pass that one right to us there? I don't know what they're thinking, but now we might be through. Sessegnon bringing it down, getting the cross in there. It goes, Martinez! Just can't get his laces through it. Good stuff from Lo Celso. Honestly, some of this ball handling from AC Milan has been embarrassing. But now Martinez has taken it pretty wide. Squares it though, and it's going to be Lo Celso putting us in front. Fresh off the bench. I brought him on to replace Fornals, who has been pretty damn average. And it is going to be Lo Celso, the man we bought this season, getting us in front almost halfway through extra time. Unbelievably easy to break down AC Milan's back line. Just put pressure on them, and it's so easy. I thought we'd ruined it when we went so far wide there with Martinez. But it is going to be Lo Celso putting us in front. Just trying to retain possession here. It would be nice to get a third goal and secure the result, but retaining possession is crucial for us here. Tolisso going to Hakimi. Goes out wide. Puts it a little bit behind Pavon, but the Argentinian, fresh off the bench, in there to Cess. It falls. Tierney! Oh, the left back almost scored a screamer. We can't do anything with it, and we lose the ball. Damn it. Arnold over the top. Nicely done from Langlet. Alright, we see Martinez. No, it's Pavon. Look at the pace. Great touch there. He's been fantastic since he came off the bench. Pavon squares it. Lo Celso. Incredible block there from Vallejo. Only 1 minute. They're only going to get one shot here. They need to go forward, AC Milan. They don't have enough time, though. That is how we are going to end today's rebuild, fellas. An incredible end to a pretty dull game. But New York City FC are champions of the UEFA Champions League. Fellas, if you enjoyed today's rebuild, make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. Enjoy the title celebrations. It has been JarradHD. I announce peace.